Hey guys, it's Xander, the Cairngorms Nature Young Ambassador, aka Ant Boy. I'm a 13-year-old schoolboy living in the majestic Cairngorms National Park, and I'm mad about nature, especially the little guys, the insects. I'm heading out to check some of my favourites. Why don't you stick around and see what I'm looking for? The insect in question is a true hunter, with amazing strength and intelligence, as it works as a team, takes over the forest floor, while building amazing structures as it goes. Let me introduce to you the wood ant. In Scotland, there are two main types of wood ants, the Scottish wood ant and the northern hairy wood ant. These guys are northern hairy wood ants. I can tell this by using my hand lens. You can see small hairs on their head, almost a bit like eyebrows. This whole area is covered by wood ants' nests, large dome structures popping up all over the place. Wood ants are a great sign of a healthy forest. They also like to make sure that their forest is healthy themselves by cleaning up the forest floor of dead insects, but also by farming the cattle of the insect world, the aphids. Ants have been farming well before we have cows and sheep, but instead they farm a very small insect called aphids for the sweet liquid that they produce called honeydew. These aphids live high up in the Scots pine tree, so the ants have regular trips up and down it all day long. In return for the sweet liquid, the ants protect the aphids from anything that may want to eat it. Unlike any good farmer, the ants make sure to move the cattle around the tree so that they get the best harvest. The ants also control the population of the aphids. There's not too many to harm or kill the tree, but just enough to feed their fellow ants and hungry larvae back at the nest. Wood ants' nests can grow up to 2 meters tall. That's me in a bit. A nest this size probably has at least 100,000 ants in it, so it's a 24-hour job to keep everyone fed. This nest is made from pine needles and soil, and it's very cleverly engineered. First of all, the pine needles act as a thatching on top of the nest, and they've got very small tunnels which they can open and close with pieces of dirt, which are a bit like an air conditioning, so the nest isn't too hot or too cold. Each nest is controlled by a queen ant, and since ants can't talk, they use a set of smells called pheromones. These pheromones can tell an ant where there's food and if there's any danger. All ants are female, except from a short time during the breeding season when the males come out. During this time, the males and the future queens will have wings so they can fly around all over the place. If the queen mates successfully, she'll head off to start her own colony and can live up to 20 years. Ants have a very cool way of defending themselves, and it's called formic acid. They spray this formic acid out from their back end, and it smells a bit like vinegar. Imagine being your badger and sticking your nose over the top of an ant's nest and getting the smell of vinegar all over your nose. You're not going to want to stick your nose in places where it's not meant to be anymore. Guys, we've just found something unbelievably awesome. I've been looking for this for ages, and it's the Gallow Spider, and it eats wood ants. What it does is it puts a thread of its web off from the tree where the wood ants would be crawling up to get their food source, and it catches the ant in its web and eats it. But it's so rare, it's only found in these forests, so it's super cool that we found it. I hope you guys enjoyed learning a little bit more about wood ants today, and it was great that we got to see the silky Gallow Spider. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!